So with this hashtag, you have many young people, those people who are on social media, seeing these beautiful destinations that are made all that glamorous by those numerous filters used on Instagram, wanting to travel, and there's that real exploration sort of concept behind it. So you're seeing a lot of people traveling to maybe take that perfect Instagram photo. So as countries economically develop, usually there's a decrease in the fertility rate. Less children means more ability to spend money on discretionary items or things to do, such as tourism. You've got various forms of tourism, voluntourism, gastronomic tourism, cycle tourism, but there's a concerning element, and that's obviously related to drug and sex tourism. So there's some positives there, but also some negatives. Which will cause some issues, some socio-cultural issues in some of these nations such as Cambodia and Thailand. Okay, so even plastic surgery vacation, that affordability, traveling internationally to seek to better oneself through the use of plastic surgery and voluntourism, whether it's considered such a good thing for local nations, that's a matter of debate. Okay, technological factors. More than anything else, this has rapidly changed tourism in the past decade than anything else. This idea of being able to book everything right down from your air travel to your hotels to your rental cars to your activities. The internet and the ability to book online has really made it more affordable and given people more ownership of their tourism experience and planning process. Plane travel. So we have the A380, which has really revolutionized air travel, essentially packing more people onto planes. But historically, the 747, the Boeing 747, has altered the nature of international tourism. Large-scale, long-haul flights with lots and lots of tourists. We also have Airbnb and Uber, this share economy, influencing tourism. People staying at people's houses for obviously less money, and this has had an impact upon organisational elements, which we'll have a talk about in a minute. So advancements in the cruise industry, when we think of the Titanic, we think of thousands of people, but now we have these superliners that can carry even more people to all destinations around the world. And as I said previously, the internet has revolutionized global tourism. We can sit at home, we can look on TripAdvisor, we can plan out our whole tourism, our whole holiday rather, and look at what's been rated well, what to do based upon others' opinions. And technological factors may influence the nature of not just international tourism, but intergalactic tourism. We can see Sir Richard Branson standing there next to his Virgin Galactic plane that has had some hiccups in the past little while, but intergalactic tourism may eventuate in the future. And again, we see this idea of wanderlust. So these wonderful destinations, people wanting to experience that as well. And TripAdvisor, it's definitely a useful resource utilized by many people to help plan their holidays. Organisational. So this is where we're talking about ownership and control. Many multinational corporations own many of these service-based industry providers like hotels, like your air travel providers, etc. What's going to influence that is the share economy. Airbnb has altered the nature of the organisational ownership and control patterns more than anything else. We're even seeing legislation come out in some of the tourism hotspots such as San Francisco and New York, actually limiting people in terms of their ability to stay Airbnbs for a minimum of 30 days, which can obviously benefit those large-scale TNCs. Some of your hoteliers like Accor, Wyndham, Intercontinental, Hilton and Marriott, which own a large majority, together own a large majority of all of your hotels internationally. And we can see here Airbnb skyrocketed, and that's obviously limited there until June 2012. The past 5 years, even more so has it grown, and it's really starting to influence international trends. It gives people a different experience. It obviously has increased affordability, and is changed the nature of tourism. All through, obviously, this technological factor, being able to connect with individuals who offer a service. And political. So a couple of things to mention. Political stability has a significant impact on rates of travel. We've got Brexit, which is caused a bit of tension in the European Union that we may see that influence rates of tourism in the future. Ongoing terrorism, is going to cause some significant issues in relation to nature and spatial patterns of tourism. Definitely, Syria last year in 2016 the Syrian Tourism Board put out a video trying to attract people to Syria, but it's very unlikely that many international tourists will travel to Syria because of that civil war and instability that occurs there. You're not going to risk your life just to travel. Well, at least most sane people won't. The USA travel ban. So this has been an interesting one. With the election of Donald Trump, he has suggested some travel bans to the US. There is already some significant, significant things put in place to lessen the impact of tourism and, not lessen the impact of tourism, rather lessen the impact of undesirables, let's say, in the USA. So political factors, the stability, the instability, definitely has an impact on the spatial patterns of tourism and where people would like to travel to. So that rounds out our little look at some of the factors influencing the nature, spatial patterns and future directions of tourism. Go back, have a look through those, make some notes, and see you next video.